What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I want to give you my full 2023 guide for wholesaling real estate part-time. So if you want to start wholesaling houses part-time, a lot of people watching this video right now, they don't work 40, 50, 60 hours a week in wholesaling, right? They might put 5, 10, 15 hours in this business. And honestly, that is all you need, right? And the reason why I talk about wholesaling houses part-time and why I'm dedicating an entire video for this today is because I feel like so many people like myself, this is how we got our start, right? My dad, Rick, right? He got his first start at literally working a full-time job wholesaling on the side. I was the same way, right? Like I was in high school, I was doing classes, wrestling, I was a bag boy, I was doing a bunch of stuff, and then I started wholesaling on the side. The true thing is you have to understand that when you're wholesaling real estate, you can do this all as like a side hustle or as a side thing, right? Like obviously it is full-time income times a million for me for wholesaling real estate. But like when you really look at wholesaling houses, if you do a couple deals a month, working 5-10 hours a week just on the side, right? A lot of people can find 10 hours, right? For most people, 20 is probably the best bet, like I've said. But honestly, you could switch things up, right? And really, you could start getting a $10,000 deal and a $15,000 deal and a $20,000 deal, and start doing one every single month, and then two, and then boom, it's like, well, why am I even working a regular job? And that's the point. So in today's video, I want to talk to the part-time wholesalers getting into 2023 and really share with them exactly my best strategies, the best lists, the best methods you have to understand about really using your time correctly and the best way. So that's what I want to do today, guys. That's why I'm jacked up. I'm excited to share with you guys, and I know I'm going to change somebody's life today, and that is the point. That is what I want to do. That is what I'm ready to share. So without further ado, do me a big favor, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. So everyone watching this, smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and make sure you turn the bell notifications on so you don't miss when I go live, guys. You know I go live different times sometimes, but comment below your questions, and I'm always going to be here to help you become the best wholesaler possible. But before I get into it, y'all already know what to do. It's wholesaling time, baby. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, get the guy, go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up, get up.
Let's get it going. I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. I know we're going to change some lives today. And guys, you already know I got to pump up the DJ. He's got to help us out, become the best wholesalers we possibly can. So without further ado, let's really get it going. Let's share it. So wholesaling real estate part-time. We are wholesaling houses part-time. How does this work? How do we do it? And what are the methods, the operations, everything we need to know so we can start doing this? So let's break it all down and let's really share everything you need to know about this. So before we get into wholesaling houses part-time, we got to know exactly what the wholesaling real estate process is. And really, I'm assuming you are sort of brand new and you're coming to me and you're looking for an action plan or a plan of attack so we know exactly how to get started in wholesaling part-time, right? Like, what do I do all day, right? Like, what is the point? What are we doing? What do I have to do, right? So let's sort of break it down to basics, right? And let's really make this super easy, super simple for most people, and let's make it really basic, right? Let's talk about here the wholesaling real estate process. So right here, guys and gals, is the wholesaling process. Pretty much, without further ado, it's very simple, right? But really, it's marketing, locking up a deal, finding the buyer, walking them through, and then closing the deal, right? Like, for the majority of wholesaling real estate, that is what the process is. There's no need to sugarcoat it or make it worse or crazier than it needs to be. But really, that is the wholesaling process, right? So marketing, going out here, finding people that want to sell the property, locking up the property under contract, right? And then usually, if you're doing virtual, maybe take pictures of the property, right? Day 14 to 18, if you're doing a deal in 30 days, we're going to find the end buyer, the cash buyer, the rich landlord house flipper. They're going to buy the contract from us for a profit. And then we're going to walk through the deal, right? That's the next part. You walk the cash buyer through the deal. We close, we get our check, repeat. That is our wholesaling process, really, when it comes to going actually out here and wholesaling a deal, right? And I think a lot of people get really confused on this, but really, that is the process. And that is what we got to do part-time, not full-time. So the big question here is, what is wholesaling part-time? How many hours per week is this? What's the definition? What constitutes a part-time wholesaler? In my personal opinion, I have found that 20 hours a week makes somebody a part-time wholesaler. So I found if you're putting at least 20 hours a week into this business, you can consider pretty much part-time. And we have a lot of actually different ways around it, right? We have part-time and we have part-time, right? And there's a lot of differences and intricacies on part-time wholesaling and part-time and all these things. But really, I found part-time to be 5 hours and then part-time to be at least 20, right? Put 10 hours in there too. That could definitely be part-time too. It's honestly up to which one you want to do, but like they're all over the board, right? So there's no one definition of it, right? So in wholesaling real estate, we got to understand that our highest priority, right? Our highest priority right now is getting the most out of our time, because we are wholesaling real estate part-time and we're not being able to put 40, 50, 60 hours a week like some other wholesalers are. We're going to have to get the best out of our time. So the point here is we are going to want to make at least the work of a 40-hour a week wholesaler into 20 hours. Okay. So the point here is we're going to make 20 hours a week of work way more productive than the average wholesaler that spends 20 hours doing it, right? That is the point of wholesaling real estate part-time. We're going to, in this method, find better quality sellers with less time. That is the point. We are going to spend less time and we're going to start dealing with more quality sellers. So we got really two ways of wholesaling. If you're really looking at it part-time, we have two main ways. We have ways where we have no money at all. And then we go out here and we have ways where we have some money, right? We're like, which way is the way to go, right? Honestly, I could care less if you have money or not in wholesaling, right? I care more about your effort, what you're doing. But really, when you look at it, there's two ways. If you have money and you have no money, right? So no money, like when you say no money, I think like legit, you got no money. Like $0 in your bank account, you want to start wholesaling, but you work a full-time job, you're paycheck to paycheck, you can still do it. These are definitely ways you can. So let's break down these type of ways, right? Number one, this is going to be cold calling the government lists. Pretty simple, guys, right? Like just these are lists you can get from the government absolutely for free. Probates, tax liens, other type of liens, pre-foreclosure leads, actually. So then you can go in the water shutoff, fire damage property, probates. You go on and on forever. But the government lists are absolutely amazing. Then there's some really niche ones out here too. But honestly, for most people, I think the government list is probably going to be your best bet. I think government lists are still extremely underrated and definitely something I highly recommend. So work on the government list, guys and gals. I think it's a huge one. And remember, in the bottom right hand corner, freewholesaling.com, we really break it all down, right? So cold calling Zillow for sale by owners is another one. It's a free method. It's definitely one I highly recommend still. But really, cold calling FSBOs, I talk about forever. Freewholesaling.com, we really break it down. It's a free way, no skip tracing, no hassle, no overcomplicating things. That's why I love Zillow for sale by owners. And a lot of these sellers are okay with you making lowball offers. Number 3 here, JVing or joint venturing with other wholesalers. Now, this might be the least sexiest way to start wholesaling part-time, but it's definitely still a method that works really well and definitely something I still highly recommend for people. JV with other wholesalers, I'm telling you, we teach you at freewholesaling.com how to do it. It's an absolute amazing way to be going. Now, if you have some money, right? Now, some money is better than no money, right? And the reason why is because some money can make you just make your time go a little better, right? So if I'm working 20 hours a week and I got to dig holes, right? I remember that Shia LaBeouf movie. where the guy's just digging holes and they have the whole mystery Western treasure and stuff. It's always a funny, but like, can you imagine how do you do that without a shovel? That'd be insane. But like, it's me digging holes with a shovel versus with a plastic beach shovel, right? It makes it easier. It's a tool. The money will make it a tool. Will make you a better wholesaler, better person, but it's just a tool, right? So I'm still going to cold call government lists. Maybe you add some paid skip tracing in there, right? Like you can do whatever you want. You could add in some listrei.com lists. I'm not telling you to add blanket all of them, but there are some PropStream lists that I probably would be adding onto this when you've got some money for it, because it makes complete sense, right? Like, so I would probably do like a tired landlord list, or heck, you can do water shutoffs. You can't find them. You get some liens in there. I'd go tired landlords, vacant with high equity. Like there's some PropStream lists when you're starting out, when you're part-time, it's not the best one, but it's more rare than not, right? Reverse drawing for dollars and drawing for dollars. That's just getting in your car looking for ugly looking houses. Reverse drawing for dollars is really when we actually go out here and we have those yellow sticky notes. I actually like this method. I tell everyone that's probably going to be the best methods now, because it's absolutely cheap. It is borderline free if you're really looking. Now the gas is going to cost some money, but really when you're reverse drawing for dollars, I don't think you can go wrong with it. And really, because it's like direct mail, except it's better. Your response rates are insane. And I go on and on why I love reverse drawing for dollars. I go to freewholesaling.com if you don't know what reverse drawing for dollars, but for most people watching this live stream, they actually know, so that's fine. But really, the next part here is just also drawing for dollars and cold calling that list. That's a deadly combo. A lot of people are getting deals. And at the end of this, we actually have some people in our Facebook group that are actually getting a lot of deals from it. And they were finishing off the challenge, finally getting those checks. So I want to highlight those people too. Probate mailers, I would probably start looking into investing in some probate mailers right now. I think probate mailers is still going to be one of the top strategies coming into 2023, because a lot of wholesalers have just stopped doing it. And a lot of wholesalers just don't want to pay the money for it. But really, I think it's one of the best bang for your bucks. Now, it's not that I'm not telling you to do mailers for everything, but heck, it's not a bad one. And I'll tell you that straight up. It's really not a bad one. Now, next one is SMS text blasting. That is probably one of the most expensive ones on this list, but I do want to include it is in there because it's not as expensive as direct mail or having this crazy big VA team or anything like this, guys. It's not like that. So I'd probably, you can do some SMS text blasting. Just make sure you know what you're doing. That's why I go to freewholesaling.com and show you actually how to do it the right way, the best, right? So the next part here is a very important lesson I want people to understand, okay? And this is the person that consistently makes calls and offers wins. And what I mean by this, the person that can consistently make more calls and more offers will win out. So if you look at your competition, you look at other wholesalers, you really look at the wholesaling industry, right? If you really want to look at everything from a macro perspective and you want to look at the people that are making a lot of money and the people that aren't making a lot of money in this business, I've always found that the ones that make more calls and make more offers always win out. So that being said, if I'm looking at wholesaling real estate as that same thing, if I can make more offers to motivated sellers and make more calls, I'm going to do more deals, right? And that's pretty much the gist of the conversation, right? And it really comes down to a pretty simple, small set of things, right? Number one, more marketing equals more deals. That might seem like a revolutionary concept, but it's absolutely true. More marketing, more deal. More marketing, more leads. More leads, more offers. More offers, more buyers, more to sell to, and that equals more wholesaling deals, which equals to more money. So it is what we call an upward spiral. And we've been talking about this concept for a little bit here on the channel, but it's absolutely one of the best concepts you can think of. Everybody knows what a downward spiral is, right? You start doing bad things, you lose your job, all bad, blah, 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 bad, 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 bad. But if you look at an upward spiral where I start doing good things, other good things happen, and then it just leads up to more and more and more good things and money, right? So don't do the downward spiral. That's bad. Do an upward spiral where you start marketing more, which will lead you more leads, more appointments, more offers, more buyers, more deals, all this stuff. And the one thing that's kind of confusing on here is more offers actually equal more buyers, because you lock up more contracts more properties under contract, it actually leads to more success, because when you lock up more deals under contract, you can actually bring that as leverage to find more buyers. And I'm still a big get the deal first and then find the buyer. I know a lot of people say the buyer, it's not gonna change everything, and it's still a way you can do deals. It's not going to change anything, but I would probably still find the deal first. Next part here is a very important one, and this one I've been preaching for a very long time. Stop wasting your time. Okay. I think a lot of people watching this, they like to waste their time. And I'm not calling them bad people or anything like that, but a lot of you guys are spending your time on things that are not producing income. And I have a huge mantra of, when you don't have a lot of time out here, you're going to have to spend your time doing high income producing activities. Okay. Income producing. If this isn't producing income, it's not going to be good for me. Right. And one of the least income producing activities you can do is act like you're producing income, but it's really not producing income at all. Actually doing bad lists. Right. So what kind of lists are these? I legit argue with y'all sometimes on these live streams, and it actually drives me crazy, but I legit argue with you. Okay. Like, we get beef going on because we debate all day about, oh, I bought a list from Fiverr. I know you said not to buy it, Zach, but my results are terrible. And what do I do now? It's like, what? It's like, oh yeah. I hit my knee with a baseball bat and now I tore my ACL. How do I fix this, Zach? Or like, how do I run a 5K tomorrow? It's like, what? It just, people shoot themselves in their own foot, and then they're upset with me about why their foot hurts. It's your fault, Zach. My foot hurts. I'm like, what? I tell everyone, do not do a Fiverr list. These are recycled lists. It's dirty what these VAs do. They literally will steal their competition, so their employers' lists, sell the list, and the lists are like 2 years old. And it's terrible. Okay. There's a reason why the lists are 2-3 cents each. Like, it's stupid. Okay. And heck, even look on PropStream. I think PropStream, if you really look at how many leads you get, I think it comes down to a cent a record. Yeah, PropStream is a cent a record. So it's like you're buying Fiverr for 2 cents. It makes literally no sense at all. But whatever. It drives me insane, but don't be using Fiverr lists. Okay. Next is high equity. And this is my beef with a ZachData.com or a ListRA.com type list, right? Do not be pulling high equity leads as a beginner or part-time, because high equity leads are a lot of volume. And this is not for the faint of heart. You're going to have to go through a lot of skip tracing. That's a lot of money, right? And a lot of calling and a lot of no's. My team can do it because it kind of encompasses a lot. Because all the tax delinquencies, all the IRS debt lien, like all of these crazy big lists really are encompassed in the big wide net of high equities. The main issue here, though, is high equity can be a lot of things. And because it's so big, it's going to be so expensive. Without really doing VAs or a big system with it, it's going to get very difficult to make a lot of money with this. A lot of people are going to get distraught, right? It's not the best bang for your buck. So you want to get the best ROI on your time and on your money. Next is Facebook PPC online leads. Y'all already know I am not a big fan on Facebook and PPC leads. I kind of go back here to ROI. If you're going to spend $2 or $3, $4 grand to get a deal, at least do it through direct mail, which is a lot more consistent. And at least you get some brand building with that. Facebook PPC leads, you get none of that. It's the algorithm changes so much. There's so much you have to get on top. It's a mess, right? Now, I deliberately took SEO out of this. I will say this hesitantly, there are SEO experts, that get into wholesaling, and they actually can rank a website pretty good, and they can get some deals. Now, it's way more complicated, and you have to know your stuff, and the amount of time you got to put in to really get good at it versus hiring someone that costs a bunch of money. I would probably avoid it for most beginners, but heck, it's up to you. But I got no beef with SEO. If you know your stuff, that's fine. Facebook PPC, I'm going to. I don't think that's a good list, and honestly, I think you're going to waste your time with that, right? The last part here is figure out what's working and what isn't, and this is a huge one. And this is one I think a lot of wholesalers they don't talk about too much, right? in your wholesaling real estate business, if you're finding that this list isn't working and you keep trying it over and over and over again, you think it's going to yield you a deal. Some markets, some lists just don't work. And in some markets, some lists are just terrible and they're not really as effective and they just don't work as well, right? And unfortunately, you're going to have to realize this yourself. And I can't tell you how it's going to work or how great it's going to be or not. But like if you're pulling the probates and you've done 2,000 probates and you haven't got one deal, you should probably look back and see, hey, is it my script tracing? Is it my script? Is it the way I'm marketing to these sellers? Like, is it something I got that's doing this? Or like, what is it, right? And if you see other wholesalers, it's like, all right, I see this guy's doing really good texting the pre-foreclosure list. I'm going to do that, right? Try it. And if you see nobody's doing the certain list, try it out. And if it's not working, I'm probably not going to do it, right? I always equate it to fishing. And what I mean by this, if you're out fishing and you see that all this guy, find the guys that are catching the most fish and they're all go to these 4 spots. Well, why don't I go to that spot? There's plenty of fish to catch, right? And maybe those guys are catching 10 fish a day. Now they catch 9 because I'm catching 4. Hey, that could be 40 grand, right? So don't waste your time with bad lists and find the people that are doing really good. So the next question here is, how do I effectively do my time the right way, right? Really, there's a lot of time to be going around this, right? But let's kind of talk about part-time. So if you're doing 10, 20 hours less a week, right? How should you spend your time correctly? I think a decent schedule, and I'll pop this up for everyone just to see it, but like there's a lot of schedules you can have in wholesaling, right? There's absolutely a ton of them. I would say in wholesaling, really, let's do it 10. We can double this too if you really want, but like 10 to 1, like this is like, if I really got to put a nitty gritty on this, right? Like 10 to 1, I'd probably do a Saturday drawing for dollars and reverse drawing for dollars. 5 to 10 p.m. on Mondays, I would probably just do a huge cold calling session because time's limited. Maybe I can find Monday to be my day where I just work my butt off. 2 to 4 p.m., I would probably push that to seller appointments and calls if I can. Now, I know that's not a lot, but 2 to 4 on the weekends would probably be the best one. So maybe 10 to 1 and then 2 to 4 on appointments, calls, follow-ups, things like that. And then double it or add extra days on top of that if you can do it. Probably more cold calling and list pulling days. But really, it's up to you which one you want to do. I have personally found, though, that drawing for dollars and reverse drawing for dollars and then calling on a separate day and then pulling other lists and government leads, that's going to be my favorite part. I think for a lot of people out here, that's going to be the best part for you as a beginner to actually become as successful as you can. But ultimately, it's up to you which one you want to do, right? I think so many wholesalers out here, they feel like they have to have this crazy, insane set schedule that's going to lead to the top results and the top success in wholesaling. But really, I have honestly found that whatever schedule works for you. So I get asked all the time, like, Zach, what's the best time to start wholesaling, right? What is the best time for me to actually go out here, talk to sellers, do all these crazy stuff, right? I've personally found that the best time is whenever you can, right? So it's like, when's the best time to plant a tree? Best time to plant a tree was like 20 years ago. Now, the second best time was tomorrow, right? So it's like, when should I cold call? I mean, outside of, don't cold call before 9 a.m. or after 8 p.m., but like anytime in between that works for you, do it. I don't think that's a bad cold calling time, right? So the next part is if you're doing part-time, right? You can add the 20 hours a week if you really want on this. This is a handy chart we always put for the people, but like, how should I effectively like split up my time? I have found pretty much that a 4-4-2 approach works the best. Or if you really want to get into an 8-8-4 approach, this is kind of the ratio that I put on here, but like pulling for at least 4 hours of lists. So that could be drawing for dollars and reverse drawing for dollars. Marketing, you can even put reverse drawing for dollars and reverse drawing for dollars in the list pulling and marketing sections. So you can mix them up here. And also at least 2 to 4 hours of seller calls, follow-ups, appointments, whatever you want to call it, dealing with cash buyers or dispositions. Now, I know this is pushing it pretty hard for a lot of things, but this is probably going to be the best split for most beginners and most people starting out in wholesaling. So that's personally what I've seen is probably the best split you can do. Now, if you want to do like a part-time, you only got 5 hours. Not a big fan of it. Everyone knows that. I feel like if you just 1 hour less of sleep a day, you can at least get 7. And I think your dream is worth it, but that's just me. I'd probably say 10 to 12, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Saturday, drawing for dollars and reverse drawing for dollars. Cold call for 2 hours on government lists if you can, and the drawing for dollars leads, and then spend an hour on appointments or calls and cash buyers and things like that. 5 hours is not a lot. That's a complete mess, but heck, it is possible, right? So do I have a, yeah, here's the other one. All right. So here's a big point I want to make for everybody, okay? Y'all are going to have to actually go out here and make an action plan and an action schedule and stick to it. And I know everyone's rolling their eyes when they hear me say it, but I've said it a million times and I will keep saying it. You're going to have to create an action plan and an action schedule. Create a plan of your attack and a plan of what you're going to do. The greatest people of all time all had plans. You look at every great conqueror, general, whatever out here, they all had plans. All great people, men and women, did not go out here and do great things without a plan. They did not go willy-nilly on a whim and do something. I mean, actually, some of them have, but like for most people on a huge scale of mass change in the world, they all had plans. And if you're doing a mass financial change in your world, in your financial world, you're going to need a plan for it. And it's not going to automatically make you a better wholesaler, but at least having a plan is going to give you a better chance of success. So let's break this down. Create a plan on your 2 budgets, a time budget and a money budget, and then a money schedule and a time schedule. So the point of a plan is, are you most likely to stick to a diet if you make a diet plan out of what you're going to eat every day, or just kind of wing it? You're more likely to do it when you have it planned out. Are you more likely to work out if you have a schedule 4 to 5 p.m. every day to go work out, or when you willy-nilly work out when you want to? You're most likely to go to the gym more when you have a schedule. You're most likely to wholesale more if you have a schedule. You're most likely to market more if you had a schedule. You're most likely to make offers more if you had a schedule. You already know what the plan is. You're most likely to do deals if you have a schedule. That's why I'm telling everyone to make a schedule. And I've seen some things about this, and it's something that is absolutely true. But do it every day, even if you don't want to. Okay. Heck, some days I get up, I go to the gym. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't do it happily. I do it miserably, but I still do it. I don't have to be happy to be at the gym. Okay. I can be tired, but I do it. I might do it miserably, but I'm still going to do it, and I'll do it well, but I might not do it with a smile on my face, but I'm going to work out. Okay. And I might not. I remember plenty of times I got up at 4:30 a.m. for bandit signs. I did not want to do bandit signs at 4:30 a.m. Okay. I did it with no smile on my face. But guess what? I did it anyway. I went back to bed. I woke back up, and then I started answering signs and doing deals. And I was very glad I did it. Okay. You'll be your future self will thank your former self for what you did. So you do not have to be extremely happy to be doing hard work. Okay. I think that's one myth. All right. You can do it miserably, except cold calling. Do that happily, but do it every day, even if you don't want to. Eventually the results will follow. Show up. Show up, show up, show up. Show up every single day and give it your all. And that's for anything in life. And remember, this might be a mindset hack for a lot of people out here, but every no you get in wholesaling is actually closer to a yes. And that might seem like a contrarian idea, but it's true that statistically, I just look at statistics. If I roll a pair of dice and for me to get double fives to get 10, okay? I know that it's sort of a fallacy, but like if I keep rolling the dice enough, I'm going to hit 10. And people do this like a roulette table. I think it's crazy, right? I went to Vegas like I think 2 or 3 months ago, and I went all the crazy places. I didn't really gamble at all, but like I like watching people. And I watched one guy. He put 10 grand. A bunch of people. They all put a huge stack on I think evens, because the past 3 roulettes were all odds. And because they had that little screen, they're like, oh my God, we got to go all in on the evens. And they lost because it's a fallacy in roulette that like, because it hit even 3 or 4 times or odd 3 or 4 times, the next one has to be that. But statistically, the next roll is going to still be 50%. Now, it's not always perfect. I mean, eventually if you do it over a long horizon, it will. But I'm rolling the dice. If I roll a 6 and then a 7 and then an 8 and then a 2 and then a 3 and then a 4, it's not like, okay, there's a 90% chance it's going to be a 10 next time, right? There's still going to be there's still going to be a certain chance that it's going to hit the 10 on it, right? And I think for a lot of wholesalers out here that they get really confused, right? And I think, what is it, a 1 out of 12, right, that you get it? So 8%, right? I could be wrong on that, but I'm just doing a quick mental math. There's an 8% chance that you're actually going to go out here and roll it, which means pretty much if I roll it at least 12 times, there's a huge chance that I'm actually going to go out here and get double fives, which is 10, right? So if I want to go roll a 10, I'm going to have a 1 out of 12 chance usually to go out here and get that. And that's how I call it a no, right? Now, usually if I roll 12, I'm going to get one. That means I might be rolling the dice. Hey, on the fourth one, I might get it. But maybe I have to roll 15 times to go actually out here and get that 10, right? It just shifts. But if I do it for a year, if I do it 100 times a day for 2 years, it's going to come out to 1 out of 10. Some days going to be a little better than others. Some days can be a little worse, right? It's kind of a fallacy. But really, when you look at the no, every no, statistically, you're getting closer to a yes, right? And you just got to keep going. And every no is just basically every time you ask somebody if they want to sell the property, that's just you rolling the dice. Now, it's not 1 out of 12 you're going to get someone to say yes, right? Depends on the list, right? But heck, if I can go talk to 100 sellers on a Drawing for Dollars lead a day, that's just rolling the dice a bunch. And I know 1 out of 500 of those is going to be a hit, little cool jackpot. That's pretty cool. And if I can actually go out here and play like a slot machine, and I know every 500 cha-chings, it's going to be 20 grand, and it cost me a penny to put it in, that's pretty good money. Or for every $1,000 I put in, there's a very high chance I'm going to get a $20,000, $30,000 deal. I'm just going to ranking that thing all day. That's the point, guys. Every no is closer to a yes. And so let's break down. I know it's been a little bit, but this is my 3-step system. So we're 32 minutes in this, and now I'm finally giving you my 3-step system. And so let's break down my 3-step guide on actually how to wholesale real estate part-time to actually become successful. This isn't the complete step-by-step. The complete wholesaling step-by-step is at freewholesaling.com, but like there's really 3 steps to becoming successful in wholesaling real estate part-time. And really most of them still are on the marketing side. Okay. I really don't want to complicate it. I don't want to make it seem any crazier than it needs to be. But really, there's 3 simple guides, steps, methods, whatever you want to call them, frameworks that will lead you to becoming successful in part-time. Step 1 is going to be finding where the deals are. That's number 1. I think for most part-time wholesalers, you got to know where the deals are. So figure it out. Talk to your cash buyers. See where the cash buyers are buying. Okay. Number 2, find the top fishing spots from your competition. Where's your competition finding their deals? Nobody else in wholesaling real estate talks about this because they don't want this information to get out here. This is the information they hide from you, okay? I feel like I'm talking like I'm speaking about the Illuminati out here, the secret societies. They're withholding all this information from you. It's not like that, but it is a conspiracy that the gurus literally do not tell you this information because they tell you this information when you pay them $5,000. But find the top fishing spots from your competition. From somebody that runs a 7-figure wholesaling operation, this is what I do, and this is what the top wholesalers do. They find the top spots. The top companies figure out where the other top companies are getting their customers and all. This is what top businessmen and women do, the top corporations. Why are you any different? Okay. This is how business works. This is a $100,000 MBA guide I'm giving you guys for wholesaling, right? MBA, not MBA. But and then really, like, this is a huge one. But the best intel you can get, right, is networking and Facebook groups. Guys and gals, why do you think that the United States has a CIA, a Central Intelligence Agency? They have billions of dollars, all for information. Information is everything. Information can give you a huge change for businesses, for the militaries, governments, information is so important. It's vital. That's why we have swaths of military budgets just on intel and information. So you're thinking about this for a second. Where am I going to get this good intel? Networking in Facebook groups to find the top spots and where cash buyers are and where they're buying. Freeholding.com, we got you covered how to do that. But really, intel is going to be super important. It's going to be everything, guys. Okay? Find where the deals are at. Number 2, pulling a list of sellers. Pretty simple, right? Pull a list and start pulling it, right? So pick a list and pull it. So if you can pick a good list and pull it, you're good to go. Remember, a quick rule of thumb, the harder it is to pull a list, usually the less saturation in that list. That being said, that means if it's a lot more difficult to pull a list, there's going to be less wholesalers wholesaling there, which means they're most likely you're going to get a deal. There's just less people in the pond, all right? And this doesn't make the list worse or better, but there's just less wholesalers wholesaling in that list. So that makes it actually pretty good for me, right? A huge example is like the probate list, the arrest record list, heck, even the bail bondsman list. These are lists a lot of wholesalers aren't pulling, but guess what? If you pull it, not a lot of wholesalers will be using it, right? One story I always say, and I've said this a million times, is I had this obscure market, not near me, but it was pretty close. It was this weird city that had the probates, and it took me a year to get the probate list. Me a year, all right? Like I'm good at pulling lists. It took me a year to get it. And I talked to the clerk lady, and she said, you are the second person to actually get this list. The other person's a probate attorney. I'm like, wow. So I'm the only person in real estate outside this probate attorney that has this list. It was amazing, right? And then I started doing YouTube and all this other stuff, and then everyone starts piling into that thing, and I wasn't the only one. But like for a period of at least a year, right, before I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, like no one was in that market doing that. There's a lot of wholesalers in that market, but I was the only person doing probates. And that's obviously a con of having a YouTube channel, but hey, it helps the people out, it's better for the good. But like I was the only person pulling that probate list. It was money, right? Like just imagine that. Now I'm not saying in your market that's probably going to be the case, but just heck, I tried it out, right? Here's a huge one and a big lesson y'all got to learn too. But the more expensive it is to pull a list, the more money you drop into your marketing. It doesn't mean it's going to be better. It's not going to mean you're going to make more money. It's not going to be that you're just going to have better results, right? And this is for everything, right? I just think so many wholesalers think that if I drop more money in my marketing, it's automatically going to make me better, right? It can, right? Like, honestly, it's not going to be the end of the world, right? Like, it's not going to be worse, right? But like, money's on everything. And it's your attitude, how you talk to sellers, your acquisition skills, your cash buyer skills, your people skills, your talking skills, right? It's a lot of other things around there. The more expensive it is to pull a list does not make it mean it's better. And I want people to understand that, right? Then step 3, this is just relentlessly marketing to sellers, okay? Relentlessly market. And I know everyone on YouTube, every other guru, everyone or whatever, shmuru, the guru's auntie, uncle have been telling you this. Everyone's been saying this, right? Oh my gosh, do this, blah, 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 blah. All right, guys, marketing's still king. And now I've said this a couple ways, and I've said this a billion different ways in and out, but the concept's the same. It is more important to find cash buyers than it was a year ago, but it's still a 70-30 split. And the 70 is the marketing. The marketing is still king. A lot of you guys out here are doing 70-30, 70 cash buyer, 30 deal now. It is not at that point, and I will tell you if it gets to a point. It is not at that point, and for probably the next 2 years, if real estate gets if the real estate's declining at the way it has been for the last 4 months, for the next 2 years, it will still won't even be at that rate. Okay, we're fine. Marketing is king, and we must relentlessly market to sellers. The ones that become successful part-time in wholesaling relentlessly market. More deals equals more leads. I kind of said this before, but it's true, right? The more you market, the more leads you get. Less marketing, less leads. Pretty shocking. The less conversations, the less SMS text blasts I do. The less I market, the less leads I'm going to get. More leads equal to more offers equal to more deals. Just, hey, if I take more 3-pointers, I'm going to make more 3-pointers, right? My percentage doesn't matter, right? But like the more threes I make, the more deals I'm going to get, like just statistically, right? And I might be a terrible shooter, but one of them's going to go in, right? The less leads you have, the less offers you make, and the less deals. I get so many KPIs. I get so many people coming to me and saying, Zach, I've done everything you said. I market like crazy. I did all these. I remember I got one person that said, I had 30 leads and 30 appointments and I got no deals and your stuff sucks. You don't know what you're talking about, Zach. You're the worst in the world, right? I literally just asked one question. I ask everybody one question. How many offers did you make? And if your number is 0, then you don't deserve any deals. You don't deserve deals unless you make offers. Offers is the KPI for 2023. I don't care how many calls you made. I don't get. The more calls you make actually leads you to more leads, which will lead you to more offers. Offers is going to be the most important KPI because the amount of offers you're making is going to tell me how many leads you're getting and how many marketing you're doing. And really, if you're getting no deals, what's even the point of cash buyers if you got no leads and deals coming in? The important KPI right now is offers. Make offers, guys and gals. That'll lead you to your success for part-time wholesaling. And that's the point I want to tell everybody today. More offers, more leads, more deals, more money. And that's more flexing on these gurus. So, guys, that was me giving you my part-time wholesaling guide. Guys, if you got any value from this video, let me know. Make sure you guys go to freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course, where I teach wholesaling real estate absolutely for free. And everything I said in there, like the nitty-gritty type like instruction, is at freewholesaling.com, and that's where it's at. So let's do some one-on-one calls. Let's answer some questions. But before we get into all of this stuff, I do want to give some shout-outs to some awesome people. I want to motivate some people on here. Let's motivate. Let's give a shout-out to Brian Holmes. Posted 2 hours ago. I want to thank Zach and Rick. I'm going to pretend that I didn't see the K on the name for helping me make this possible. My first wholesale deal, which involved not 1, but 3 properties from the same seller, just closed on 2 of the properties today, with a 3rd one closing next stinking week. This deal took 5 months to close. Everything could have went wrong, did from dealing with squatters, giving cash for keys to get non-paying tenants out, and buying back on last minute. I'll tell you what, though, I learned so much in the process. I'm so glad I didn't give up. I do this part-time with a full-time job, and it took me 2 years before I finally landed this my first deal. More of the story. Don't quit. Keep pushing. And he's in upstate New York. Give a shout out to Brian here. Let's look at some of this cash. $9,000 and another $9,100. Holy moly. That's a lot of moolah, baby. That's 18 grand. He's got another one coming in. How can you be upset with this? How can a guru come up and tell me, oh, don't listen to Zach. He don't know that. Oh, he don't know what he's talking about. His stuff sucks. You got to buy the course. Brian didn't buy no stinking broke guru course. He made 18 grand lending from free because he is going out here, taking action, following up every single day, 5 months straight, never giving up, and he got the deal. So when somebody comes up to me and cries a little boo-hoo-hoo that, oh, it's been 2 months, I've gotten no deals. All right. Look at Brian. Brian sucked it up. He went through a grind, and now he's getting some deals in. Guys, it keeps going up. Upstate New York is a great market. It's a little more difficult with the attorneys, not going to lie. But if you can go over those challenges, it gets going. I mean, woo, that's an amazing story. I love it. You know, like this is stuff that motivates me, right? So let me give a shout out to Brian here. All right. So let's do that. I think we got another one here. Let's see. I think we got some pretty cool one. Let's give a shout out to, let's see some other deals we got from our Wholesaling Houses for Real community. I do want to give them all a shout out. Elizabeth, right before Christmas, she got, she did a high equity list, 36 grand. Love to see that. Jose got a second deal, $2,000 in a cast. Let's look at Jose, right? Jose's got, he's got our assignment of contract right here. If you go to freewholesaling.com, this is our assignment of contract. Huge shout out to Jose, guys. I just go down the list of like every single day we get people coming in doing deals, and they're doing great, right? Like I love it when a guru wants to come on and pop off on me and tell me how my stuff sucks, because how do you beat this? Like, how do you win when you got the best dang wholesaling community? Elizabeth, that was from May. All right, let's see what else we got. Jose doing some deals. People are just marketing here, guys. This is why you have to actually go out here and oh yeah, this is from our vlog the other day. The gurus found my house and I got in trouble, but that's for a different story. I think we got one more person that I saw. Let me try to pop them up really quick. I got one more person I want to give a shout out to. One person that's been consistently going out here and providing value to the community and constantly helping people out. Let me try to find them. I know it was this week. They posted a huge W for themselves. Where is he? Hold up. Where is he? He's hiding. Maybe he deleted it. Where is it? No, that's Fernando. Honestly, let me just search them up really quick. Let me just search them really quick and we'll find them. I get so many posts in the group that sometimes hidden. I wish look for it later. Okay. I think that boy deleted it. Let's see, where is he? Yeah, I'll find it later. Whatever. All right. Oh my gosh. I do want to. This is one thing I do want to show why we were talking about Brian today, because Brian showed that check, right? Hold up. Let's see which one we got here. Brian showed that check, right? So let's go back to Wholesaling Else's for real. Ralph posted a big check, but I think he took it off by accident. All right. So right here, what I wanted to show was Brian's dedication, all right? So Brian's been trying to wholesale for at least a year, right? And so this is him with his check. I got 3 deals from this, right? Shout out to Brian, right? This was Brian when I first started the Facebook group, February 2021, all right? February 2021. This is me when I used to do, I actually did weekly collab Zooms on the Facebook group, okay? We actually used to do those things. Actually, old time, no C, right? There's Brian right there, okay? Look at young Zach out here at the old studio when I first started the channel. Brian out here. This is old Zooms. I think we had... we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 6 people. Ralph actually got a bunch of deals too. Brian got some deals. Kenny's getting deals. Douglas got a bunch of deals. Brian's done I want you guys to understand. I used to do Zooms absolutely for free. I know Royal Fam's done some deals. A year later, okay, I want people to know about 18 months later, I had a Zoom and I let everyone hop on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All 6 of these men. I know that's Brandon. I want to confirm Brandon's done some deals. He's the only one that hasn't sent me any deals, but I know he's told me he's done some, but I do want to check it out. I'll tell you that basically all these guys have done deals, but because they're the only ones that wanted to hop on when I first started this Facebook group. Okay. Brian, 3 deals, right? Kenny's done a bunch of deals. Douglas made over $100K trying for dollars his first year because I've been smacking him verbally to do it. Brian, I think he's done at least $500,000 in New York City. And then Ralph out here got a huge $25,000 deal. Just sent me the HUD. So you're looking here. I want to give my flowers out to everybody that supported me when I first started the Facebook group and some of the first people in this channel that started following me. I think back then, I think I had 1,000 YouTube subscribers. I think combined we have close to 100,000 all 4 of our channels. But like, I do want to give a shout out to the people that like started learning from me when I started out. Those people today crushed it, right? And I can make a Zoom. I'm gonna have 300 people on. It's gonna be impossible to talk to everybody. But back then, they were able to talk to me. Absolutely insane, right? Like, guys, think about this. How insane is it that this happened in their lives? That what happens when you got that free coaching and stuff? Like, that's what happens. And heck, if I had one-on-one coaching, I think it'd be destructive for people. Like, people's markets would be destroyed. But like, guys, so why I stopped? I got just too many people following me, right? And that's the problem. I was able to bring those people up insane levels, and honestly, the wildfire started. So I just want to give out the shout out to those people that it's funny that the first people to hop on the Zooms with me that trusted to listen to a crazy 21-year-old kid about wholesaling that was making just hit 7 figures, they listened to my advice and it helped them out. So I just want to give my flowers out to everybody out here and give a shout to those people. And then a shout out to everybody right now following me, because remember, think of the following we got now. Think of next year. It's going to be even crazier. It's going to be everyone that wants to hop on me, talk to me one-on-one today. I just want everybody to understand it's going to be so much harder next year to do it. It's going to get harder every single year to talk to me one-on-one. So take advantage of the opportunity right now, right? That's what I'm saying. So let's do a couple questions. We'll do some one-on-ones and let's get it going. Let's see here. See what question we got here. So Corey says, can you go into depth of where you get your government lists? You might roll your eyes when I say this, but I get my government list from the government. Okay. So let's look at it. Code violations. I get it from the code enforcement department. Probates. I get that from the clerk of the court. Tax delinquencies. You usually get it from the property assessor or the property appraiser, whoever really collects the taxes for the properties and whatever's due for that certain time period. Next here, if I'm doing the water shut-off list, the utility department, make sure it's a utility. Fire damage properties, I get that from the fire department. The arrest records from the sheriff department. Liens, and then liens and debt lien lists are usually going to be from the clerk of the court of the public records. And then I can go on and on forever, but those are really how you pull 90% of the government lists that I talk about. Then the rest are at freewholesaling.com, obviously. All right, let's get some spam out of here. Yeah. If you want to hop on, you just go. Actually, did I show you all how to hop on? Yeah. All right. Let's do some more ones. Let me show everyone how you actually hop on and talk to me for free. Yeah, I don't think I've talked about that much. So, oh shoot, my bad. All right. Let's go here. You all got to just go to Wholesaling Houses for Real, which is my Facebook group. And we got about 80,000 people. We were under 1,000. I remember that when I started the Zooms, and it was kind of funny. But all right, so what I do here is I just pin it. So if you're in the group, right, blah, 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 I'm in the group, right, just go here, and you can watch. I go live in the group for you guys to see it, but just go here on the top. It's the featured. Click that, and then join here. That's the StreamYard link to actually hop on the StreamYard and actually talk to me for free. Watch the replays I'd probably watch YouTube because sometimes I like to 2x the speed. But that's just me. But yeah, that's how I do it. So let's hop on. Let's talk to some people. Let's see how we can help the people out and get it going. So first we got Corey.
Hey, Zach. So real quick, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but so I'm filling out a contract for a lady that I met up with today. She actually has 2 properties that hopefully I should be able to get under contract. But filling out the contract, the legal description, does she give me that off of her deed, or is there a way that I can get that?
Yeah. So are you Allegheny County?
Yeah, Allegheny. Yeah.
So go to the Allegheny County property appraiser and search the property. It should have the legal description on there. Have you tried that?
Yep. I'm going to do that right after
this
because I was
try that.
Yeah, but they were kind of weird, so I didn't know if they were legit. So I wanted to ask you. Go ahead.
No, there's something where it's like Plots Avenue neighborhood land 13. Just copy it and paste it.
Okay.
Hey, you should be good.
Okay. And then when the end buyer pays all the closing costs, right? In your contract, do you just add that like in the additional comments if the end buyer is paying all the closing cost?
Yeah, if it's not in there, I would actually just add a line. Not even
Just
on.
add a line.
Yeah, just
Okay.
add a line.
Okay. And then so the lady's property, she's actually owns a LLC. It's called Tri-Pillar. So for her properties, in the seller name, do I have her and her husband's name in the seller name or the LLC?
The LLC if they own it, and then they signed for the LLC. So, for example, I used to I wholesale deals, but like I don't go on appointments anymore. But sometimes when I train somebody, I'm going to sign a contract for my team. I'll put Zach Homebuyers LLC is the LLC that's buying it. So I'll sign it, Zachary Ginn for Zach Ginn Homebuyers or whatever it is. So they can sign
Okay.
it for the LLC.
Okay, so like at the top on your first seller's name, have their names, and then at the bottom put both their names, and then write it for
No.
Tri-Pillar.
So whoever's name is on the deed, the property appraiser, that is what the seller is. So it'd be Zach Holmes LLC is the buyer, and the
Okay.
seller is Corey, whatever, right?
Okay.
So if the LLC owns it, make sure the LLC is the seller.
Okay, is the seller. Okay. And then even at the bottom, would I have their names at all or just the Tri-Pillar? Same thing.
I would just put the Tri-Pillars.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. And then for the last question for that, for the inspection, do you actually hire somebody to inspect the property, or is that kind of what the buyers and stuff come, the cash buyers come and
So
look
here's
at
the
property?
thing. There will be an inspection on the property, but the buyers are going to do it, not you.
Okay. Okay. That's what I want. I didn't know if I had to hire
Yeah.
somebody to do the inspection. Okay. Okay. Perfect. And last thing is on that follow up of that I was telling about that property for 20,000.
Yeah.
I ended up getting him down to 14,500. Now I'm just waiting for him. I'm waiting for him to review the document. So I'm gonna text him again after this because he's kind of being like, he's just like not answering, won't take phone calls. But I'm just gonna try and get that under. And then for this lady with two properties, would you recommend me doing one at a time, or would you just try and get them both under contract? And then would you recommend me sending after they're signed, send it right over to the title company, or wait till I find a cash buyer?
How far are they from each other?
They're 2 minutes away from each other.
Get one under contract first, and then do the other one that day or the next day. Separately do them though.
Okay. Okay. All right. Perfect. I'll do that. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. You know what you got to do.
Yep.
Go out here, get it done, dude. You're doing great though. Like, keep going, man. Bro,
Yeah.
you already got your motivation. You already know why you don't want to not be wholesaling. So
Yeah.
you got everything going, dude. Keep it up.
All right. Thank you.
All right. And don't stop your marketing. I know you're busy on appointments. Keep the marketing going.
I'm not stopping my marketing. I'm just trying to, I don't want to overwhelm myself. So I'm kind of taking it a little slow. Just make sure that this one goes through, and then I'm going to keep marketing. Because right now I'm very unorganized, starting off everything with batch leads. So it's just kind of the whole process again started.
It's better to take imperfect action than perfect action.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're good to go, man. Keep it up. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Boom. Awesome. Yeah, I'm telling you, he started out, I think, a couple weeks ago, and he's getting deals, contracts, appointments, and he's doing well. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. Can you hear me good?
Yep. What's
Okay.
up? How can I help you out today?
I just have a quick question. It's this property in Florida that I got off of a for sale by owner, and to me, he's motivated to sell, and he just dropped the price like $40K last week because the last deal that he had with it didn't fall through. So, and he's not trying to lower it that much more, and it's kind of sitting at a good price to me. And well, I guess my question is, will a cash buyer like look this property up on Zillow and not want to pay more than what the owner has dropped it to?
No one will want that. That's a terrible deal.
Okay.
It has to be. So is this a FSBO?
Yes.
So do you know my rules of Zillow for sale by owners?
No, what is it?
You need to get it locked up for at least 70% of the Zillow for sale by owner price.
Okay.
Because if you get it for over that, then the cash buyer is going to look at that and scoff at it and usually not want to deal with it.
Okay. So what if the ARV is kind of high and the numbers work? They still won't look at it?
So so I have a rule and you're trying to figure out how to skirt that rule. The rule sticks. The rule doesn't move.
Okay.
There's no what ifs.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay, that was my only question then. Thank you.
Yeah. The problem is, was there a price reduction on it?
Yes. A 40K price reduction.
The issue is nobody even scoffed at that first one, right? They dropped it even more. It doesn't look good at all, right? And that means no one's even looking at it. No one's still looking at it, right? You're going to have to lock it up for at least 70% of the listing price. So that's what you got to do. And at that point, a cash buyer is going to be okay with it, because if they dropped it 40K, they might even have to drop another 40K if they do it wrong. And that doesn't look good for a cash buyer. They don't want to be catching a falling knife. So follow that rule. I'm telling you, it'll help you out a lot.
Okay, I'll do that. I'm actually going to call him after this live. So
all right. What are you at? 70%? Like what percentage are you on right now with the listing price? Don't tell me the listing price. I don't want to know the number because you can reverse engineer it.
Ask that question one more time. I'm sorry.
So what percentage are you on your offer compared to the listing price? Like, are 10% off the listing price, 20, 30, 40?
Right now I'm about 20% off the listing price.
Okay. That's only 10% off, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're close. And guess what you're going to say if the person's like, oh, I can't do that. Well, hey, Mr. Seller, interest rates, let's see if they added them up. Interest rates are going up, and this property already went down some more. Do you want me to wait 6 months for you to drop it again another 20K, or can we just get that 20K reduction now?
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what to do.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good one. Let me know your partner, Zach, so do you have to be at this price? Let me be the mean person, okay?
I definitely will.
All right. Have a great one.
You too.
Guys, you have to make offers. You have to lowball. And you don't know if the person's going to accept that 7% or not, right? You're just assuming. And don't assume. Actually get it going. Sosa.
Yo, Zach, what's going on?
I'm blessed, man. How are you?
Blessed too, man. Just getting it in.
Awesome, man. What's up? How can I help you out?
All right. Well, I got some good news. I got a deal locked up using
right.
your formula, the 70% on the MLS, back 100 days. I got a 40,000 off. I done sent that. Reached out to a couple buyers. I'm getting some activity on that, and I've been doing a reverse drawing for dollars too. I got a couple good leads. So I talked to the seller. He motivated, but he kind of not. I did the low ball strategy because it's real distress, and so I basically had to offer him I offered him less than the land value. I'm offer like about 3,000, and then he came up to he said he wanted to be close to like the land value. The land value is around like 25,000, but I haven't talked to him back since then. And I wanted to know when I do call him back, how should I because I probably can come up towards the land value. Because I was saying what your dad was just saying, if it's really just distress, try to get it for land value, and then slightly under that.
Yeah, I mean, land value, you're going to have to get at least 40% off what you think it's worth. I like going to the cash buyer for the land and seeing how much they're willing to pay for it, and then just reverse it from there. That's my best way.
Is, I don't even know if it really needs to be knocked down. I'm just going off of what he said. He don't even stay there. It's been vacant, and he's in Florida.
Have you looked at the house?
I mean, yeah, just driving by, it was driving for dollars, like,
Mm.
and I'm like an hour away from it. So I was gonna go, but I wanted to make sure he ready because it done already went into the tax thing, to do like the bid on it.
Yeah.
But I talked to the people. I talked to you about this, and it's the same dude. But I talked to the tax people. He still can sell it, but if he don't pay it by next year, December 7th, they'll take it. So he
I
still
mean,
can sell it. He wanted to sell it because he called me back to get my offer. And he was like, "Well, I kind of wanted to be so up. I just did the low ball, but I don't even really know if it need to be knocked down, but I don't really want to be driving an hour and just scooping it until, at least get them under contract."
I mean, honestly, dude, he's so far from the property. When's the last time he's actually putting eyes on the property and actually looked at it himself?
It been the owner been it gotta be five or less.
Yeah.
Five or more because the owner died in 2017 and he moved in Florida and he ain't been back ever since. He wasn't even studying the property until I really caught him. So and he knows really how distress. So I was like, and when I did look in the area, it is a new build like earlier through the year, for like 142. But then it
Hmm.
is a lot that's sold for like 1,000. But it is distressed properties over there that's selling for like 30, 40 cash.
Okay.
But I'm trying to see like when I call him back, like should I kind of go kind of up there with the like sort of the land value and tell him just lock it up, let we see.
So I think because he hasn't seen it in 5 years, he doesn't even know if it needs to be destroyed or not.
Yeah.
It actually might be salvageable. Obviously I got to look at it, right? So I would lean towards it's probably is salvageable because he
He
hasn't
said
seen it
there's
in
no
5
fire
years.
either, no flyer or electrical on like nothing like that to it.
You still put it on there, right? Like, I mean, North Carolina's a weird place, but since he hasn't seen it in 5 years, I'm probably leaning towards it's probably can do something with it, right? Now it's
Yeah,
going to need a lot of work. I think you lock it up for the land value if you can,
yeah,
and let the guy because the seller thinks that. Just say, hey, let me just lock it up for what the land value is,
yeah.
and then bring a bunch of buyers through and see if you can salvage it or not. That'd be my best advice for you.
All right. Yeah, I just gotta get him on the phone because
Don't make them more excited about the property, right? Like you want to get the best deal. So, but I would say, hey, because the land value, we're going to be at 10, 15,000, whatever it's at, and then go from there. Find out what the property appraiser says it's at on the
it's
land
at
and just offer
25.
that.
It's at
How much?
25,000.
25.
Yeah.
Offer 20. Why not?
Yeah. All right, that's what I'll do with Duka. Yeah, I was trying. I didn't want to make a lean like I was too on him. That's why I gave him some time after he called me back with the
Yeah.
offer. But so I'm gonna go
What
ahead
was
and
his price at?
he just said close, and like he know he can't get market value. He said close, so he probably will take somewhere like 20 or a little S. Cause he said I was just thinking somewhere close to market value. I know I can't get it with somewhere
Okay,
close.
let's see 25. Try 20. I mean, I'd say 15, 20.
Yeah,
And then put a lockbox on the property. I know it's a little drive, and then you don't have to go out there again with the lockbox and bring a bunch of buyers through.
I don't mind
Yep.
driving as long as I got it locked up. But yeah, I know the lock box way more convenient. But as long as I got it locked up,
Oh
it's
yeah,
all
dude.
good.
And I would probably bring 10 buyers through there.
Yeah, I already know it's always better when it's vacant.
Dude, you got buyers. You've done deals. You know the game.
Yeah, definitely. So I got another one from doing the reverse driving for dollars. They just called me yesterday. Now they really motivated. So the cousin was in there for like 20 years and he just left it real vacant. But he finally done left. So the property vacant, real high distress. He said like towards the back. He said the foundation okay, but towards the back, he said something like, it was termites, so it is termites. He ready to sell. There's two more hires on the property, and it's his mom. But he already talked to them. They ready to sell, and he kind of know about. He used to do like remodeling back in the days, so he real aware of the condition. He told him off the ripper like, y'all really got to sell this thing because the tax fund to come up on it. Then that's gonna make me the bill collector. I'm gonna have to come and get one Thursday, and that's not trying to be my life. So basically, he telling me they ain't really got no choice but to sell it. Like they willing to sell, but they willing to sell, and he know the condition. So they ain't really he know not. I'm like, well, just talk to them since you know the condition. I talked to for a minute. I built a real good report. I was on the phone for like 40 minutes. I ain't even really notice it. But he cool. Like we just went to talking and stuff. But he told him like whatever you can get, you really kind of just get for it. Like he really let me know they'll kind of take anything, but he's trying to get me to offer. But I'm like, look, we look for win-win situations. You talk to them, figure out what kind of price. I'm trying to get him to give me a price. See what price y'all can get. Come back. I'm gonna run my numbers so we can come together and figure out. But so I'm in the same situation. I looked up the land value. Oh dang, I wrote it down. Except for the land value was 6,000 though on this one. But this is a pretty big house. It's like a 4-1, and it's a 1-bedroom. But it's in the good area too though. So how would I go with offer on this one? Like he said, it's everything gonna be needed, like roof. Like
I mean, you can't do land value because the house is salvageable, right?
oh, okay, yeah. So okay, he said like a real, it's like a gut job basically.
Okay.
What does
I mean,
salvageable mean? Like it can be kept.
like, yeah. So, like, what I mean by salvageable, like, I see a lot of properties, right? Most, like in Florida, a lot of them are salvageable because they're on concrete and the structure's good. But, like,
Yeah,
this thing needs to be knocked down, right? Like, you're in North Carolina. There's houses out here built in like 1884. In Charlotte, there's all wood
yeah,
and they got no electricity hookup and there's termites everywhere. And it's like, it just better knock it down. If that property's still pretty much good to go. So you can't do off of land because the property's still there and it does need some. Between you and me, man, when you're dealing with a property that needs that much work, it is salvageable, but it's close to land value because of how much repairs it needs.
yeah,
So really, you got to go for no. And that is always the point. And you've done a bunch of deals, so you know what to do. You just got to go for the no. Give an offer that scares you.
yeah.
And here's my best part. They say, how dare you say that, Sosa? Like, what else? It needs a total gut job. Where are you at on this?
Yeah.
I'm just assuming the worst on this property. They can't really be upset with you because it needs that much work. And then you find the bottom line price and hey, if it works, it works. Lock it up, bring it to a buyer, make an assignment fee, right?
Yeah, because that's what I think. Because he cool. Because he already know it. Like he already letting it be known they not trying to get too most out of property. Cause they say the money really just go to his mom and help her get to pay the taxes and really just help little take care of her. Oh yeah. So when I was looking at the land thing, it said like the land assessment details, land value 6,000, and improvements value 31,800. What that mean?
The land, so that's what the tax on the land is worth, and on the property is worth 31, and then they say the land is worth 6, I think, so 38,000.
Yeah, that's exactly what it did. Came up to 37.
I mean, do you have any numbers at all from that seller?
No, he kept just no, he kind of I just really just told him go talk to them, and he I told him I'll run my numbers, but he let it be known.
You ready, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, I look at the tax assessed value. It says it's 38. I know it needs a lot more work. Looking at all this, talking to my partner over on the repairs. I mean, he's probably closer to around 30,000 on this because of the repairs and blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
And then go from there. Oh, how dare you? That's way too low. Well, it's a total gut job. Like, where are you at on this?
Yeah.
Go from there, right?
All right. And that's another thing. All right. Because can you comp a wood in a shingle property if it's a vinyl property if it's kind of like the closest thing?
Yeah, I think so. You look at
that's kind of where I'm at with this one. I'm seeing some good concepts, but this one is a wood, but I'm not seeing another wood, but I am seeing some like shingle and vinyls.
I mean, they're both still wood. So yeah, I would use them as a comp, as a rough comp, obviously, but your cash buyers should be doing the comp themselves.
Yeah, all right. But I know this one will be a good one because he kind of I'm gonna give him a call back Friday. So I mean, yeah, I just got these.
Wait, why are you calling him Friday and not tomorrow or today?
Oh, because he said he got to do something. Oh, he got to call them. He said he got to reach out to the one in Florida. Then the other one, he will probably just go to their house. Like he ain't like Sherricksville like a lot out, but he said he'll probably see him in person. He finna go to Columbia, and basically he'll be back Thursday. So
okay,
that's how I got. I'm trying to call him. I told him I have my offer tomorrow. Like I told him because I talked to him later tonight. I'll be ready tomorrow. Y'all just let me know what y'all think. So,
dude, I love the hustle, man. You're like DJ Khaled, another one. Like, oh, I got another deal. I got another one here. I got another one. You're always copping on here talking about how many. Oh, I got another deal. I got another deal. I got another deal. Because you're constantly marketing, dude, and it's leading to your success. So I love it, man. Your hustle's amazing, and it's leading to deals, dude. So keep it up.
I'm just taking advice and taking action.
Bro, like you're listening to what I'm saying. Like I say, market more, and it's giving you an upward spiral, and you're getting that upward spiral. And keep it up, dude. I love it, man.
Yeah, that's it. You go a step, they go to 1, they go to 2. You just got to do the 3.
Dude, I love it, man. Keep it up, dude. Let me know if you need help in anything.
Bet.
All right, have a good one.
Yeah.
Boom! Sosa's out here doing it, guys. I'm telling you, the more marketing you do, the more deals you're going to do. It's a weird concept. It's a weird one. I look at it as anything in life. Hey, you want to get better at running? Just run more. Shocker, right? This is a revolutionary concept that gurus charge a bunch of money for, but it's true. Yo.
Hey, how's it going, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. So just a couple quick things. I know I think it was yesterday's live, you're talking about shooting for about 300 to 450 no's a week. Right? It was maybe contacts. I'm not 100% sure. I think you said both of those. And so I'm doing pretty much exclusively government lists. I was wondering if there was like a different target number you should have for those, because I'm doing like all my stuff is hands-on right now, like all manual, no VAs, that type of stuff.
Get 100 no's a week.
100 no's, all right. And is there
man would do 100?
Yeah, that's not too hard at all. So that should be fine. And is there a better way to automate it? Because as I said, right now I'm fully hands-on and doing everything by myself, and obviously it's not a good idea to hire VAs because I know I could just have them pull a list and all that stuff. But I think my main issue is that I'm getting these lists in PDF format, not Excel. So it's not like I could bulk skip trace them. So it's just a big pain.
Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
Do you have the new update?
Yeah.
You can get text on the camera. It's actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah, and then I can.
Yeah. Notes. I think you can do under whatever. Bro, you're tech savvy too. Figure out how that works. That's gonna be your best bet. And what you can do too. Do you have a Mac?
I do not.
Do you have a PC?
Yes.
There's some free software that you can pull text from PDF.
And just convert. Okay. Yeah, I might try that because.
Try your phone. There's so many of them, man.
Yeah, because doing it like one by one, it would. Just
dude.
suck,
like,
so.
Dude, work smarter, not harder. So.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's a lot of things like that, right? So just there's a lot of scanners, things like that. So go figure it out. There's like GitHub things if you're more savvy with PCs. There's some GitHub things you can just upload and you know what to do.
It'll do all the work for you. Okay, perfect, man. That's all I got for now. So thank you. Have a good one.
Work on it. Boom. All right. Yo.
Go ahead.
Oh snap.
You hear it, man.
Zach, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well, guys. What's up? Appreciate your patience.
No problem, man. Appreciate bringing us on. So I just had a quick question with marketing. So we have a marketing schedule in which every day we do a certain type of marketing. But I want to get your opinion on, is it better to go all in on one or two marketing avenues or to split up the marketing and try different things?
So let me ask you a question. Have you gotten any deals yet?
No.
Okay, so we can't go off of that.
Okay.
Tell me the avenues and tell me the lists.
Okay, so for Monday we do FISBOs. For Tuesday we do failed MLS, and then for Wednesday
niche list.
We do our niche list, so we'll actually pull like a certain list. And then Thursday we do probate,
right? And
then Friday we do reverse drive for dollars.
I would do reverse drawing for dollars, probates, and niche lists. Are you ready for this one?
Yep.
With all this extra time, I would reverse drive for dollars the niche lists. Boom.
Reverse drive for dollars, niche list.
No, reverse drive for dollars the niche lists.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I got a code violation. Let's reverse drive for dollars the code violation.
Okay.
Probate. And then
You'll do better than the failed listings.
Okay. And then would I for markets outside of or like outside of my backyard, would I just do like probate and niche list?
Yeah.
Okay.
How far are they from you?
Probably pretty far. Dayton, Ohio, Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Yeah,
and,
let's stick to those.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, perfect. You have any
Yeah,
questions?
nah, that was it.
All right, yeah, you guys are gonna run out of the FISBOs pretty quick in your local market. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm trying to add those on the back end here.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Perfect,
All
man.
Keep
Happy
it up, guys.
holidays. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man. I love the dance, dude. Keep it up.
Appreciate
Love the
it,
energy.
man.
Yeah. Have a good one, guys. Keep it up.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Boom. Appreciate everyone's patience. Waiting for me to hop on. So Kyle,
Hi Zach, how you doing?
what's up? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So
Great.
I talked to you before. I'm in San Jose, but I'm doing virtual in Fresno. So the
Hey,
past
you
few.
have your Giants hat, right?
Wait, what?
Do you have a Giants hat on?
Oh no, that.
That's somebody else. All right.
Yeah.
I gotta see faces. All right.
Yeah, maybe I'll like get on camera next time. But I just got out the shower, so.
You're good, man.
Yeah. So for the past like 3 months, like the first month, I just pulled like liens and high equity liens. They were absentee owner, and I called them. But the problem with that was I was just spending too much money on marketing. So I decided I would do virtual driving for dollars. So I would go to like I would only do 2022. You know where it says on the left top right, or yeah, top left. And I would just go through the streets. I got like a list of like 250. I'm planning on getting more, but that's all I have right now. And I'm just trying to contact them. So do you think there's any issue with that, or do you just recommend just call them up and then like what's the process for you?
I would just call them up. I would
Okay.
just call it.
Do you think I should, if the ones who like don't respond, I should mail them? Do you think I should like text them, email?
I would just call for now. I'm not gonna get too fancy with it. I'd rather recall the ones that don't answer like a month or two after, but it's better just to keep pulling more leads and then calling them.
Okay, sounds good. And so I'm trying to balance this with my job because I'm 18, so I work at like a restaurant. So so I work in the evening, so I'm not really I'm basically busy from like 3 to 9.
Yeah.
So in the morning on like Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, I was doing FISBOs. Is that a good idea? Would you change that with anything else?
You can do FISBO. You're gonna run out of them in a couple weeks probably. And then you're gonna have to do it for something else. But yeah, you can do it. I'd switch up to government lists when it's over. But yeah, it's not bad.
Government list, like, is water shut off like a good list?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll go after water shut off. And I just one more really quick question. So I just had this I had this one seller basically who was saying like I was saying, hey, are you the owner of 123 Main Street? He's like, yes. What do you want? I was like, I was just calling to ask if you'd be possibly interested in selling the property. And he was like, what are you offering? I was like, well, I don't know exactly how the exact condition, like the inside could be completely destroyed. I don't know. So I would just need to know a little bit more about it. And he was like, do your research and come back. I was like, there's only so much I can see from the outside. Like, is there anything else, like how, like the plumbing? I just I tried to ask like general questions. He was like, he just said it again. He was like, do your research and come back. So, would you bother with a lead like that?
Probably not. It just doesn't. He doesn't seem motivated to me.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's basically it. I just just random question. I just thought is, but for like the past year, I live in San Jose, so I'm not even trying to market here, but I live in San Jose, so in the middle of like downtown, it's like next to a college and like all these like big tech companies. There are these like 3 really big multi-family properties, and there's just vacant spray paint all over them. Like, I think if I remember correctly, there was an incident near there. Like, I don't know, like if you go on Google Maps, there's literally cops outside. Would you, if you were in my position and you weren't even really marketing in this city, would you like just try to go after them? Or
I mean, try it. Why not? Can't hurt you.
Yeah, you're right. I don't have much to lose. That's all, bro. I appreciate your help, really. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Let me know if you need help with anything else.
For sure. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks. You too. Boom. All right. Next here we got Howard.
Hi, Zach. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So I just have a few questions. So I've been doing wholesaling since like probably late August. Like I didn't jump into it till like 2 weeks into learning, and I've got a deal on the contract 2 times, and both of them have fell through because buyer didn't want termites. This is that, right? So I know the whole process from A to Z what to do when you get the contract. But now I find myself in a spot to where I can't even get a seller to answer the phone. I do what you said. I'm trying new methods. I'm doing the cold calling for government list code violations. I pulled 3 lists: Fayetteville, Charlotte, and my local market. I called everybody, and nobody's even answering their phone. And the people that do, they kind of just curse me out at this point. And this is like the worst it's ever gotten for me. And maybe you can
What market are you in?
So well, I guess I'm in 3: Charlotte, well, North Carolina, because
What market are you in?
code violations. So
Code violations, Georgia.
no, in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, you're in Charlotte.
No. I'm actually in Pennsylvania, but you can't wholesale in Philadelphia without a license now, so I
Bro.
can't do it there.
Bro.
Huh?
Are you in Philadelphia?
Yes.
Are you in the city limits of Philadelphia?
I'm like 10 minutes away from the actual city itself.
Do we need to go through the law together and show you how
No.
whatever guru you listen to doesn't know what they're talking about? Why don't we have to go through the law together? Because are you a lawyer?
No.
Okay. So let's just go over the law together, buddy. All right. So we got to stop these games. All right. Philadelphia wholesaling law. All right. Let's go to the law together, and so we can stop this nonsense.
Okay.
All right. This is City of Philadelphia. All right. You see that?
Yes.
All right. Get a residential property wholesale license. You need a residential property wholesale license if your business is to buy residential properties solely for the resale, to get owners to sell their residential properties so that you or someone else can buy it and resell them. This includes multifamily and mixed use. You do not need them if you are a public official or employee acting in the official duties, PA licensed attorney or real estate agent or realtor, an investor who buys the property and makes improvements to increase resale value, or a buyer who intends to rent the property out. So, do you have any cash buyers,
Yes.
Do you have any title companies?
No, not in Pennsylvania now.
So I want you to find a title company in Pennsylvania that will let you double close.
Double close. Okay.
And guess what?
Yeah.
Now your intention is to double close. So now when you go to Philadelphia, they're like, oh, you need a license. No, I'm actually intending
To buy it.
to buy it. I'm actually intending. So your intention is not solely for it. You might put a property in a contract then wholesale it. You might do that. But you might want to double close it because you might be making $100K because you're a baller, right?
Yeah.
So now you're solely not intending to just resell it because you're not reselling it, right?
Yeah.
Theoretically, you could be doing other things, right? And maybe because you're double closing and maybe you can actually get some hard money on this. Get a hard money letter. It takes 5 seconds and it's free.
Yeah.
You might just want to buy it hard money for yourself to rent it, right?
Yeah.
So if I sit you down in a room and say, hey, I'm a city official, Howard, were you solely intending to buy this property just to resell it? Oh, you potentially could be renting it out, or you potentially could be flipping it yourself, right?
Mm.
I mean, Howard, let me ask you a question. If you have a house that you bought for 20 cents on the dollar and you're able to get financing for like 4%, you would probably flip it yourself, right, to make a $100K profit.
Yeah.
So it's potential.
Yeah.
So do you see how stupid this law is?
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. The only reason why I even brought that up is because yesterday I talked to a real estate agent. I was trying to get him to do the commission, and he told me on the phone that hey, there was like a big fraud thing going on with wholesalers in Philadelphia. That's why they implemented that new thing that you need like to pay $200 to have a wholesaling license. But if I can do double closing, I didn't even think about that because I've heard about that in the past. I never wanted to get into it because I wasn't ready to do a double closing yet. But if that's how it can work, yeah, okay, I understand that.
It's what we call an intention law.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't even stop wholesaling. It stops the intent.
Yeah.
So, bro, I love basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I when I have the ball, my intention's not just to shoot it. I can pass it, or I can drive, or I can just dribble, right?
Yeah.
My intention's not solely one thing. I can do anything I want, right? I could buy it, rent it out. I could do this. I could do anything I want, right? And so you're fine, dude, right?
Okay.
A realtor's trying to scare you. When I heard the word real estate, I'm like, hopefully he says real estate attorney. Nope. A real estate attorney will literally tell you what's legit. And there's attorneys at title companies that can help you out too. Bro, you're fine.
Okay. I just
So
want to make sure.
now we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
You should reverse drive for dollars in Philadelphia. Because every other wholesaler is scared because they don't read the law. That is literally what the law says.
Mm-hmm.
So reverse drive for dollars instead. And then you'll have sellers coming to you and you not calling them, and they can't curse you out. Well, they could, but a lot less.
Well, before that, I just want to say, I just moved back home, and I sold my car before I moved out of the state. Since I moved back, so I don't actually have a car. I'm saving up to get a new one. I kind of have like money for bills for the next like 2-3 months. So I'm kind of like, I spend all day like 8 a.m. to like now, like I'm in on this like 100%. So I can't do job for dollars at the moment.
That's fine.
But so I'm doing code violations. I'm pulling vacant house lists, and I'm doing some probate. I do have a lady who has 3 homes, but she's going through probate at the moment, and she doesn't want to do anything till it's over, you know? So, like, that's kind of like what I'm doing, but I called 500 people this past week, and I put in an Excel sheet like you did the one time, and I was going down it, and I kind of mark everybody red who doesn't answer. Should I go back and call them for the people who don't answer?
What voicemail do you leave?
That I leave, I just left the one that you would say, like, "Hey, this is Howard. Please give me a call back. Thank you." And now it's saved and I would save their address as the contact in my Google Voice.
Okay, that's good. What kind of skip tracing are you using?
I'm not. I don't use the skip trace. I just go through PropStream, and then I throw it into TruePeopleSearch.com and do it through that way.
That's skip tracing. Okay, and then
Okay.
do you use my script?
Actually, no, I don't. I use no, I use like 3 different people. I've tried Jerry Norton's. There's one guy, Paul McCama's. I haven't tried yours yet. So
What
maybe
are
I
your
can try
results?
yours. What are my results?
How many deals
Nothing.
does that script yield you?
Nothing really. I've always tried to tweak it and make it my own way, so I'm kind of fluent when I speak it.
Is
But
your own way working?
sometimes I get to a certain point. For example, I sent this person a text message, and I basically at the end of it I said, would you sell your house for the right price? And they say, yes, I would be interested in selling for the right price. I'm looking at my Google conversation right now, and then when I give them the right price, I know I'm messing up giving them my price up front, but sometimes they don't even want to get on the phone once I give them the text, you know? So I sent this lady $30,000. I was like, I can do this because I can tell from the code violations, it has like a structural like or a foundation issue. I'm like, that's that's $15,000 to like $25,000 repair right there. And they just didn't want to hear it, and then they say, okay, we're not interested in selling anymore. It's stuff like that. I get them to a point with that script I use right there, right price, and then they shut me down right after that.
If you're getting no deals and you're using a script that's not working, and you keep trying to go back and you have a bad script, it's not going to lead to good success.
Yeah.
I can't help you, man. If you have a script that I don't say that works, I can't tell you.
Okay.
Here's my problem, man. I cold call. I have a team that cold calls.
Yeah.
We cold call every day. We get deals from our script. That's all I can tell you, man. I'm not saying bad about anyone else's script, but my script works, and that's the way I use it. When you use other people's scripts and they don't work,
makes sense. Okay. I'll
figure
use
it out.
script. Yep. Yes, sir. All right. I understand. I'll just go back to what I was doing. Code violations, vacant houses. I'll just keep doing it, man. Thank you.
Why do you do tax delinquencies?
Do what?
Do you do tax delinquencies?
To be honest, no, I haven't. I just been kind of sticking because when I do more things, I can't do 3 things at once. I feel like because once I finish my code violations list of like say 300 people for the day, I do my 300 calls. I'm like, okay, what do I do next? And then I go to FISBOs. I listen to what you do. I do the 100 day. I run through all those, and then after I run through that, I pull another list, and I haven't gotten to that, because.
Bro, you're all over the place.
Yeah, I know.
being honest,
I'm
dude.
trying to focus on one thing, and I'm really having trouble with it.
Yeah, you're getting wholesaling ADHD. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna cut this ADHD. Okay, I'm gonna give you your medicine. All right.
Please.
Just stick to your market. All right.
Okay.
Throw away the other scripts. Okay. Unless you're in their $12,000 coaching program, then
Never
stick with it. But okay. So I would use my script, stick to Philadelphia, start pulling lists and seeing which ones are working. If your code violations aren't working, I'd probably get a different list then. Okay. Probates, tax delinquencies, and then let's do water shutoffs. Okay.
Yes.
And let's just work on those 3.
Okay.
Start doing that in your market.
Okay. Understood. Thank you.
Keep it up.
I'll do it. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it.
Boom. Guys, I've said this a million times, and I'll say this a bunch of times, but I give you my script because that was what works for me. When I go live and I close deals, I use my script, and it works well for me. If you listen to someone's script and it doesn't work, I'm not telling you what that means, but I think y'all can read between the lines. I don't think that script's probably going to be the best thing. I developed that script because I actually cold call sellers and my team cold call sellers, and we get really good results. I use it for VAs. I use it for everyone, all for beginners, and it yields a lot of really good results. The question is, if your script is not working, try my script and see what happens. A lot of people, they start changing when they actually use good scripts. That's all I can say. But if you're in someone's $12,000 coaching program, then that's fine. That's okay. Then use their script and listen to their thing. But if you're not, then I'd do my script. Matthew.
Hey, Zach, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's up?
Nothing much, man. So I've been pulling some probates. I guess I got a little lucky. Pulled my first 17 probates, sent them out, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I got a call back. But just need your expertise now. So it's 3 of them or 4 of them. It's their mom's house that passed away back in 21. They're wanting to sell the house, but I went to the clerk of court to look up the property, but they never filed an estate on it. So, and I kind of got this deal inadvertently because I guess her husband had died, but she was like, "Oh, I need to sell my mom's house." So then I got this deal, but I kind of am stuck because I don't know what to do, because if they didn't file an estate and there's 4 heirs, I just need some guidance on what to do next.
So what state is this in?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. I would probably deal with an attorney with this one because you're in an attorney state. So
yeah.
I deal with an attorney and have them close with you guys, but I'll have them advise and help out because you're not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. You got to have the attorney deal with it. And that's why they get paid.
Okay. Now I've got some pretty good relationships with attorney from deals I've done in the past. Does it matter what attorney I go to, or could I use them?
One that you're going to close the deal with, so it doesn't cost you.
Okay. And how do I present it to them? Like, hey, I got this deal. There's 4 heirs involved. They want me to buy the house, but we need to figure out the details.
Yeah, we got to figure out the details on how I can do this. I'm looking to wholesale it.
Okay. Gotcha. Can I ask another question? Is that all right?
Sure.
Or take up some. All right. So I've been trying to pull my local government list, and I'm from a smaller town, and been going to the courthouse and stuff, and pulling it from the code violations. And they're not much data. There might be 5 or 6 properties on these lists. I guess, should pull them from Charlotte or somewhere like that, a little bit bigger city. Would that be?
Where are you at right
now? Hickory, North Carolina. So that'd be Catawba County, Lincoln County, smaller counties,
Okay. You're going to be is this by Tennessee?
No, it's 2 hours west of Asheville, or east of Asheville, rather.
Okay. I mean, it's not a terrible place, actually. How far are you from Charlotte?
About an hour.
Yeah, so I think anything between an hour from you, I think you should use those for less. I think Hickory's not too bad, though.
Okay. The list wasn't 15 people on it, and I've been driving for dollars. What's that?
I mean, what about reverse drawing for dollars and drawing for dollars?
Yeah, I've been doing driving for dollars. I have not done reverse driving for dollars, so I need to start doing reverse driving for dollars as well.
Awesome. Yeah, that's what I'd probably do. Probates, pull as many type of those lists as you can. Tax delinquencies, liens. The list can actually get pretty big if you want to make it big.
Yeah. I really like the probate stuff because I can kind of go in there and read a file now and kind of know what's going on. At first, I was lost. I was like, man.
It's the best bang for your buck because probably no other wholesaler is doing that.
Yeah,
so that's why you got the deal.
Yeah, I went in there the other day and they were like, "Well, nobody's really asked to do this, so but here you go." And I was like, "Oh,
This
that's
is
a
what
good
I
sign."
said. Didn't I tell you that?
Yeah,
So in the
yeah,
beginning, I'm gonna shut
yeah.
up about that to help you out. But yeah, man, I'd go to the attorney and get some help from that one. And then from there, just pull more leads if you're running out of leads. But
Mhm.
stick to the probates, dude. They're amazing.
Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely going to. Especially since I've seen that success. I ain't closed one obviously, but got some calls back and it was good. And then my SMS, so I've been like driving for dollars and I'll like text blast that. And so I switched over from batch from REI reply because that's what I was using, but kind of heard, your spiel about it and went to batch leads. But who do you use as integration? Do you use Twilio? Do you use Flu Route? Like who do you
I use
use?
Twilio.
You use Twilio? Because see, I pulled the batch list, like I skip traced my list through batch, pulled it, and you know how it breaks it down like mobile, landline. And then I text blast that list, and then I got suspended because it said I was like area code 3003, like unreceivable number or something. So
We're using batchless skip tracing.
yeah, I used batch.
Go ask them. I just go to the support and ask.
Ask batch directly.
Yeah,
Okay. All
they
right.
might help you out.
Okay. Well, man, I appreciate it, and I know this sounds bad, but I did pay for one of them gurus, and here I am watching you. So, but hey, I live and I learn, and
Live and learn, man. That's it.
yeah, I'm
Whatever you paid the guru, that's how much it cost to actually get to me. And trust me, it was worth the money.
yeah, man. I really appreciate all the advice you and Rick give us, and thank you. I'm sure I
course.
speak for a lot of people. But
All right, I appreciate it, Matt. Keep
yeah,
it
man.
up.
Have a good one.
Boom. Awesome. Love it. All right, next year we got hello. Hello. All right. Robert.
Hey, Zach, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I just want to start off by saying thank you and your dad so much for all you do. It means the world to me. It really helps me out a lot with everything, keep me on the right track and saying all your advice. I really appreciate it.
Of course, man.
I'm have a deal that might be getting under contract here soon. Talking to the seller again today. It is my first deal, and it is going to be first of all, it's a historic house, so it needs some repairs. It's a hoarder's house as well, so there's a lot of stuff inside of there. The guy, I have not been there myself. He told me that it's pretty bad. Every room is like full of junk from from everywhere, I guess.
Yeah.
I just want to know, like, before I get it under contract, is that is that okay to do? Like, I never dealt with a historic home before. I mean, any home, that like I said, this is my first deal, so I don't know where to go with this.
Historic home shouldn't be a big issue. I
Okay.
think it should be fine. How old is this house we're talking?
1850 it was built.
I mean, it's historic, but I mean, a house is a house, dude, right?
Yeah.
So I think you still lock it up like a regular property.
Okay, so I mean, I did a little bit of research on it, and it looked like it was, the city said it's historic, and it might cost a little bit more. I guess doing renovations, you have to follow a different guideline with historic houses.
Yeah, I know that you have to do that. That's for the
Okay.
flipper, not you.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that it might limit my market, or like my cash buyers. I don't want to limit that for like certain people. I don't know if I'm overthinking this or what.
You're overthinking it, dude. I flipped houses. I think that definitely. I flipped a house that was registered on the historic landmark of historic places or the national whatever. So like I've done that before too. Okay.
Okay.
I remember one I had a tree that was 200 years old that I couldn't touch in Florida. Because history in Florida starts when that house was started. So I would say, dude, you just talk to the cash buyer and let them know.
Okay.
And I think they'll be fine. Just lock it up for the right price. You should be fine.
Yeah, no, I'm under by far a lot what it's worth. It's working with me goodly here, and it should be going good. I got a conversation with him once this live is done, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it locked up today. I just wanted to make sure before I pull the trigger on that, it will be a good, fit for me and everything like that, because I'm probably overthinking it. I do that quite often, I guess, and that's why I love you guys. You help me out so much with keeping me on the straight track. So I appreciate all you guys' help.
Yeah, man. Like you see the wholesaling process. It doesn't change when it's a historic home. What if there's a landlord? What is it? What there's this? It's the same process. It doesn't stop.
Okay. And as it being a hoarder's house, have you dealt with that? I mean, I'm sure you have, right?
Yeah. The only thing that sucks are the rats and the smell.
Okay.
Depends, because hoarders houses come in 4 categories I've seen. There's the really messy, there's the bad, bad, and then there's the I can't even get through the house.
He said there's a path to walk, because I asked him on the like, is there a path? 'Cause
That's
he said
about
I
a
can
3.
go.
That's level 3.
Okay.
So there's
is-
definitely rats, potential termites. The smell's going to be unbearable. There's a path to it, right? So you're going to have to lock that thing up for very low. I hate to tell you, but like, because here's the thing. Until they clear all the stuff out, you're not really even going to know the true condition of it. So you're going to have to lock it up very low.
Yeah, he's telling me straight up that he thinks it might be anywhere from 100 to 150 to put in the house to fix it up.
Yeah.
Which,
He's realistic.
yeah, he seems like he knows what he's talking about, and that seems. I mean, my calculations are correct. I believe that it's around 300,000 ARV, and I can hopefully get it locked up for around 80. I mean, I'm assuming that's we. He settled last time we talked. I did the go for no method. I offered him 50 for it. He said that you're out of your mind, just like you guys say. And then we moved from there. He countered offered with he went up to 95, and now today we're gonna have a conversation today to go back and forth with that again.
Just have you told him how the risks of the property?
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of risks.
Yeah, it's all brick. That's why it's a nice house. It's a 2-story, all brick. So I feel like it's worth a little bit more because the comps around the area, there's not too many brick houses for sale. What I'm seeing they're like 260 to 250-ish range. But this is all brick and it's historic. So I'm assuming it's worth a little bit more. So that's why I'm thinking maybe 300 to maybe 350 range is what I think the ARV is going to be. I don't know if 80 is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
This is your first deal. Lock it up for the lowest you can, and then go. We gotta get some. You gotta get some things going, dude.
Yeah. You think 80 is that too high or 90? I don't know. Like
I don't know the comps, bro. Let's do 80.
Okay. Yeah. I think that'll be good to do because there's definitely, even if it is 100 to put in, because I know you guys' method that you use on your website that I'm part of. It said the heavy is 60 to 75,000 or something like that. I can't remember the exact numbers for the heavy rehab.
Quarters house are another level though.
Oh,
so
okay.
Honestly, man, I would probably lock it up for the lowest. It's your first deal. Lock it up for the lowest you can.
And then put like a 60 days probably inspection period on it. Something high. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. Well, I will definitely give him a call later on. And I appreciate you and your dad so much. I watch you guys all the time. Thank you so much for all you guys do. I really appreciate it.
Put all the effort you put into listening to us into action and get it.
I am. I'm starting to. I haven't for a while. I've been, skeptical about before I met you guys. I've been skeptical about the whole thing. But now that I met you guys and kept on going with this, I'm putting way more action than I ever have, and I'm already seeing results pretty soon after all that. So thank you so much.
I mean, Robert. So when you talk to the seller, are you going to make him agree to do a yes or no decision? Like, are we getting something done today?
Yeah, I plan to. He started with 110. He said he wanted 110. I gave him 50. He said no. That's not even a questionable. He came back with 90 because I said well, we'll make it work for you, just like you guys say. He said 95. I didn't give him an offer. I said I got to work this through my partners and see what we come up with. And I talked to him about the whole hoarding thing and stuff like that. And then today I'm planning on coming back with, he said he's turned down 80 and he has people, a snap of his finger, he can sell it for 50 to any people, a million people he has that's calling him. So I'm planning on calling him today and maybe starting at 80. And I'm assuming we're going to meet at 90 or 85. I'm assuming that's what's going to go on. I don't know if that's still too high or not, since this is my first deal.
Oh yeah, you're overcomplicating, man. Like I said, lock it up for the lowest you can, then go from there.
Okay. Definitely. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Zach.
Keep it up. Have a good one, Robert.
You as well.
Boom! Robert's going out here, taking action, kicking butt, taking names. I love it. Guys, the more offers you make, the more deals. So Robert's making offers, but we're getting there. He's close. I think he can lock it up. I believe in him. Jordan.
So I got a couple questions I wrote down, and I more am confused on my organizing my leads really before I start calling.
Okay. What kind of leads you got?
I have my Drive for Dollars list. It's kind of weird being on here. I've been watching you for like almost a month and I've never joined a live.
All right. Well, welcome, man.
It feels weird. But anyway, I had my drive for that's what I started with, and I have my 500 of them, and I was trying to get them to. I got PropStream, and I wanted to put them through there to skip trace them, so you have to import them,
Yes.
and I just was having trouble, so I ended up upgrading to where I could. I think it was like the list automator or whatever, and I. So I put them in there, and you know how whenever you put them in there, they whenever you put them in there, they like somehow like take a handful of them, like they'll take out some and add some, and they only added like 38 of them, and said the other failed, like 400 of them failed.
Yeah, you're using a list automator for a drawing for dollars list.
So how should I? I
List
also had
automator works for
Podio.
like high equity, pre foreclosure stuff like that. They pull
Okay,
on
yeah, I've
PropStream.
pulled some lists from those, but I
Yeah.
really want to focus on my drive for dollars a lot, and I had Podio. So how would I have another question. I'm just gonna read them because I can't offhead it. When I use PropStream to import my that I already asked that. So how do I put them into Podio? Do I do a new marketing campaign for like each list I have, or do I have? How does that work?
So Podio doesn't get touched unless you have a lead. So you're saying leads and lists, and it's a
Okay,
little confusing. A lead is
that makes
something.
sense.
Hey, I want to sell my property. That gets into Podio.
Okay,
I have a list of 500. I put them into Excel, and then I do. That's how I organize it in Excel, and I keep that on like a Google Drive.
so yeah, I started using Excel, and I was going to do it all like skip tracing through True People Search, and it was just taking like, does it actually take like? Should it take hours and hours to put in 500, or maybe I don't know if I'm trying to add too much information, or
Copy and paste.
yeah.
Address.
Okay. And then, so I have a question on Google Voice. So I heard you mention to change your number after so many because it'll pop up as spam likely.
Call your own number and then see if it pops up spam likely.
Okay, so kind of just pay attention to it until it starts
Yeah.
popping it up.
Sometimes
And
it
then
doesn't
whenever,
pop up.
right, whenever they call me back after I changed my number, will that play effect in anything, or
It probably
will that
would,
matter at
but
all?
if you're cold calling, it won't make that huge of effect.
Oh, because yeah, it's not like I'm gonna be calling them back to back anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, really, I don't know. I've really just been trying to study a decent amount before I started calling, but like I'm definitely ready to just take action and call.
All right,
I have a twin bro.
let's do a clean slate. All right.
Okay.
All right. Drawing for dollars list. Put it in Excel. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna do it by property address, first name, last name. So actually, do first name, last name, property address, and then phone number.
Okay.
And then we're going to call in Google Voice. You're going to color code it yellow, red, blue, green, whatever you want. All the people that are interested, put it into Podio, and then go from there.
Okay. I was using Google Sheets, which is obviously
Same
the
thing. Same thing.
Right. And I had name, last name, email. The email shouldn't matter because I'm just cold calling,
Yes.
so I can
Don't do the
stop
email.
trying to. Okay. That saves time. Then I have my address and phone number, and then usually there's like 4 numbers sometimes, and I mean, you did say yesterday don't do the landline, so
Yeah, don't
if
do the
there's 3, I
landlines.
mean, there's 3. Okay, so yeah, I should focus on my drive for dollars because there's no way this doesn't have it. I'm convinced it has a handful of leads. There's just no
Why don't you
possible
reverse
way.
drive for dollars these?
It's kind of just, I mean, it's in St. Louis, and I actually I cut grass for my uncle, and he works for rental companies. So like we might have 300 properties for one company. So like the relationship I can get to cash buyers is pretty good, but it's just not in good areas, and I wouldn't feel comfortable driving my Kia Optima. The
I
just
mean, if it
driving
was in
around
St.
through
Louis, I'd
these
understand,
neighborhoods.
but since it is St. Louis, I get it.
But I definitely probably could talk to my uncle about just you taking a truck out on a Saturday because it's a lot safer just pulling up like seeming like you're just a worker. So
Yeah,
because they are
I
all
get it. If
rental
it's a rough area in
companies.
St. Louis, I probably want it. I get it.
But I really live like 45 minutes out. I moved away from St. Louis, but like I work out that way, so I make the drive every day. But my area, I'm more in like the like country part. It's everyone has like land and stuff, and I went to my courthouse. They obviously all acted so confused and just sent me here, 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 and I kept going, and I ended up not getting the list. She said she was going to call back, never did. So now that I'm here, which person in the, I think I went to the assessor's office. I definitely have it written down, so I shouldn't even ask, but they just bounced me around. Like, so who
What
can
list
I
are you trying to
focus
get?
on? I wanted to get probates.
So there should be a probate court there. Is there?
I mean, there's a courthouse, and then there's like a county assessor's building separated from it. They said go to the courthouse for that. So there definitely was, there was a lady, and she's like, I've never had no one ask. And she's like, I think I can give you a list of the people that already had basically purchased those homes.
No, ask for a list of all the active probate cases.
Okay. And she did. She was like, they're going to be all random numbers. And I was like,
That's
yeah,
okay.
that's fine. Because I'd obviously have to learn how to like
Yeah.
dig into it more, which is no issue. But
Yeah,
she
that's
just
all you
acted
got to ask.
confused and said that she had to confirm that with the judge and that she would call me back, but I haven't heard nothing.
Do it again. Keep going.
Yeah, I will.
Relentlessly
But doing
follow
the
up.
college student thing definitely helped a lot. Like no one
Yeah,
questioned
all
at all
active
and
probate
tested
cases.
that.
Jordan, if you keep
All
asking
active.
it, they'll give it to you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I really just gotta take action. There's no excuse. I just really was
There's no.
more concerned on the organizing my leads, which if I type them in one by one, that makes complete perfect sense.
Yeah. Copy and pasting it makes it so much easier, dude. So first name, last name on a Google sheet, property address, and then from there I put the phone numbers there, and then boom, call down the list. That's how it works, man.
Okay. Yeah.
Use the script I got, and then when they say yes, put it into Podio. And do you have do you know how to organize everything in Google Drive?
I haven't. That would be on my just computer end, right?
Yeah, just make a Google Drive. You got 15 gigabytes, which is a lot, right? And just have, hey, wholesaling leads. So drawing for dollars. So I like to organize it like this because I'm weird. But I have my my real estate investing marketing. So I put marketing on there. Then I put 2022, 2021. I have all my marketing forever still on drives. So I'll have a 2022 list, January, February, March, all of them. So we're in December. So I'll put December. Trying for dollars leads for December. And then I'll put it in there. Code violations, government lists, like all this. And then I'll all have separate ones. So I like separating them. And then I'll make a master list of cold call down the line.
Do you also do that, I'm assuming, with all your leads you pull?
Yep. PropStream, batch, all those.
Okay. So would you really say for PropStream that I guess more I really purchased like the list automator because you can add more leads a month.
Bro, you don't need 10,000. You don't need 10,000 leads a month. You personally don't.
Okay. Well, I kind of got a pair. I got a twin, and he's on the exact same thing as me. So I really was comparing like what one person can do times two, basically, because we're gonna both be just calling nonstop.
10,000 for two people still. Plenty.
Okay, so yeah, I got the 14-day trial, so I'm not really worried about it. I can cancel.
Yeah, dude, I would do, bro. If you guys just did the tired landlords, the vacants, and the high equities, you're fine. Like you have too many calls to make, and then you reverse drive for dollars from there, you'll be good to go.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just take action.
Yeah, man. Organizing is the easiest part, dude. The action's the hard part.
Okay. Yeah.
I think you have the.
I'm pretty good. I got really all my stuff ready. Like I'm staring at my list on Google Drive or Google Sheets, and I really just got a call. I don't know.
All right. How many drawing for dollars leads do you have?
500.
Bro, there should be a deal in there. So get after it, man. Organize it. Put it in the sheet. You'll be good to go, bro.
So once it's in my, I guess, I don't know. I think I was just overthinking everything.
Yeah, you're overthinking it. Put it in the sheet. Start calling.
Okay. And then you said from 5 to 10 p.m. So I feel like if you're calling as like a normal person, like I'm not calling like I'm some realtor or anything, like if they got to call at 9:30 p.m., I mean.
Bro, I don't think with that list you should be calling more than 2 hours a day. It's not that big.
Driving for dollars. Well, okay, yeah. I have actually like 6 lists I want to pull, or I already have them all in my PropStream. Really,
Stick
just
to
I
2
have
to
to
7.
skip trace them and call. Skip to
Stick
what?
to 2 to 7 p.m.
2 to 7 p.m. Okay. That works. I'll probably, now that I've got on, and it seems like I'm just watching a normal YouTube video because I've never joined and I've been watching I've watched every video.
Here's
So
the
it
problem,
just
dude. We
doesn't
can talk
seem
all day,
it seems
man.
weird.
What's left is the action. So you know what to do. Go out here, take the action, keep pulling the probates, keep asking, and eventually you'll get it. So keep it up, dude.
All right, I appreciate everything.
Appreciate it. All right, Jordan.
Yep.
Get it going, man. Boom. Appreciate it. Boom. Awesome. Congrats to Jordan there, guys. I can tell you straight up, in wholesaling real estate, it all comes down to making offers, marketing, and doing more deals. So if you can market more, you get more leads, more offers, more deals. That is the point. So if you're wholesaling part-time, is completely possible in 2023 to do this. All you need is some action, some hustle, and knowing what to do. And we already know what to do. Hopefully I jacked you up to get some action, and that's all you need, guys. So this is Zach Ginn signing out. If you got any value from this video, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. Go to freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course, and see you guys.